Yo, good evening. Hope everyone is well and you've had a great start to the week. It's another trading day today, and as usual, it's a fun day in the markets, but it's actually one that's a bit different. I think it's that's why I called it a mixed day to in the markets today. So yes, it's a mixed day in the markets, and sorry, I was just about to start this video, and boom, I caught Zim making a big move. But before we get into that at all, we'll rather talk about the cues, which is a really good place to start, really. I think this market, it just looks like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's climbing the wall of worry because I can't see any worry right now. It seems very bullish. It's doing everything that it's expected to do. And and of course, it's quite, it's plain ball in all cases. Very hard to say, what's going to trip it off. I think one of the first things I did ask was, is this, do we think this bull run is going to continue to 2026? And absolutely, I think the majority voted yes, and I do actually align with them. But let's just quickly see what the final vote was actually. Just going to post it here quickly. We had. I'm also going to give you a few predictions that I had uh, today. But yeah, there you go. So let's get it. Yeah. So, I mean, apart from the fact that people are naturally more bullish anyway. So, well, first thing I did ask was, do you think this bullish momentum is going to continue to 2026? And of course, absolutely. Majority voted yes. And I mean, I'll be honest, I do agree with the majority. We had a few more people voted, but yeah, so that's the bullish momentum. And like I said again, I do agree with the majority. About 15% said no. So yeah, so that's actually, number one, it's a good feeling seeing us into this, and also, do we think Santa rally is upon us? I think as of last week, people have been moaning and screaming, when are we gonna get the Santa rally? When are we gonna get it? But it looks like today it's beginning to start, I was just quickly going to talk about last week. I think we had quad witch last week, and guess what? Everything expired. There wasn't really much move. But anyway, so into the close. So we didn't really get extreme wild swings. But first thing today, we had the space, they were just all on the move, running and running. It was quite strange because people thought, and again, I think, it's related to the AI thing, with Elon Musk said we will have data center in space. People were laughing about, well, initially people thought there could be data center in space and they laughed. But when Elon Musk said it, it provided the good story. So we had, companies like Rocket Lab, which has been making an amazing move, an impressive move. And you could see that. I mean, I was just saying this in the group. Rocket Lab has run from being a $3 stock all the way to 78. We also have, let me just, yeah, Rocket Lab. I think we had ASTS. I think everyone is looking for the next Kavana. I think Kavana was at $3 at some point, all the way to 400. Look at ASTS. ASTS has made a $1, yeah, $2 move all the way to 86.5 where it is right now. Quite a few of them as well, even some low level names, RDW as well, which is it RDW? Yeah, there you go. Redwire Corporation, which is, huge move considering where it started from. $2. This is about 4x. I think we're just looking at the blue skies right now. SATs, etc. as well. And coupled with the fact that we will be having uh SpaceX, IPO next year, which is heavily everyone is looking up to that. I think we're thinking it might be about 1.5 trillion market cap. So, blue skies upon us. So that's that one there. Also, we had Oracle. Wells Fargo said they see a 50% upside because of, they feel the AI pessimism is overdone. And I kind of agree with, I've been there below 200 and I think it's about I said 175 is the worst case scenario. We got to 178 and it started pulling back. So yes, I think, this is one to be positioned in. Again, this is not financial advice. And also, apart from the AI thing, Oracle's making some huge, huge moves. We've got Oracle bidding with, with Warner, and also, they've got a TikTok deal, which hasn't been fully assigned. So yeah, these are the things that people are looking at. And then again, many people are bullish into next year, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Again, I woke up today to gold fresh all-time new high. Gold is telling us something, no matter how many highs we get in the market. I try not to, I mean, look at that. Gold is still going. And then silver as well. No matter how much highs we get in the market, if the commodities are telling you something, you've got to listen. Silver 69, over 100% in one single year. Look at that. From the lows of, well, I think the consolidation of 33, and it just started to move. Likewise, palladium is doing the same thing. People are not listening to this. Been talking about this since what, 1900? Sorry, since 900 in the group. And I honestly believe this is going to 2000. Again, this is not financial advice. When these guys are talking, you've got to listen. Many people do not understand that. So yes, I think today we get Kavana and Fix going into S&P. This is one. I mean, I was bearish when it was lower. I never really made the trade, but look at the move from $3.55 all the way to 4.85. So yes, people are going to sell into the strength, I guess. And likewise, Fix as well. I don't know, did Fix eventually touch $1,000? I just thought once it gets to 1,000, I will short it, but I don't think he hits 1,000. Yeah. Oh, he did actually hit 1,000. Look at that. That was a 50. So it's trimmed $50 off that. Um, there's just so much that went on today. Do you think Oracle is a meme? But yes, one thing you got to understand is Oracle's got a lot of debts. That's number one. And also number two is Ellison himself, he was guaranteeing $40 billion of his own money. I mean, this is a guy that survived so much tech revolutions and bubbles. So I think he's not a miracle worker, but he's here to stay. So Ellison can't scare him. Another one which I talked about, mentioned this in the group, Rivian. I believe this is going to have an amazing 2026. They have started talking about making their own chips. So I think there's going to be to put the pressure and much reliance on Nvidia. So I think a lot of blue skies right here again. Um, let's see. I mean, I was talking about AMC and GME. I'm not sure where that is going. That just seems like it's dead right now. So one thing I always say is those who have the knowledge do not predict. Those who predict don't have the knowledge. This is a last show. It's one thing you've got to always understand is that you don't predict, you anticipate and where it sees, and then you react. That's what you need to do, is a reactionary trade. That's the way I trade anyway. So, keeping an eye on a few things. Also, where is it? Where is it? Yes. I mean, I was thinking about why I think Netflix talked about they wanted to get a Warner deal. They would rather get the Warner deal instead of, but again, whoever's got the money, whoever the government thinks is best for, that's what they're going to give it to. So not particularly worried about or bothered about the fundamentals right here. Again, what else are we talking about? Okay, so just before we wrap it up, or I wrap this up, there's also a few data here. This is coming from MOMO. The top 10 performing stocks this year. Hindsight is always beautiful, isn't it? SNDK, SAT, etc. But guess what? They did not put MU, Micron. Micron has been amazing and pushing extra all-time high. It's a mixed market, by the way. You can see it's the momentum stocks that are riding this wave and pushing. And if you look at the retail, crickets, they're very, very quiet today. Look at that. You don't really see anything. I didn't even think Walmart did much today either. There you go. Walmart also, yep, collapsing right there. Deck, I think deck was quite muted. But yeah, so generally the retail were quiet while the momentum trades, they were just the ones moving. Again, I mean, the market's done very well. If you're going to look at last November CPI also, which people don't pay attention to, people look at the overall core, but you got to look individually. Again, all these things will help in your decision making. So you can see this year is quite not as high as the others. Food, I mean, food is quite important. Medical commodities, etc. Now, the final thing is I've got some year targets for the market. And what are the tick, 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 tick? Yeah, what are the targets we've got for the market? All right, have a good day. So what are the targets we do have for the market? The targets I was just going to see now, I think I put it here somewhere. So we do, yeah, there you go. So the targets we do have are, did you turn the thing off for 2 hours? Is it off now? Or is it still on? That means you don't understand the timer then, don't you? Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, so we're gonna look at it. The family first, isn't it? Yeah. So you got to look at the targets for the end of the year based on different, uh, market analysts, if I can say. But this actually stands out to me. Oppenheimer, 88,100, 2026 forecast, and of course Deutsche Bank, 8,000 as well. Look, it's only 15% from where we are right now. Anything is possible. Initially, I laughed it off, but hey, never say never when it comes to this market. So we'll see how it goes anyway. 2026 is upon us. I hope everyone meets it in peace. But finally, before we go, I just mentioned this. Look at Zim. Look at what happened right here. Zim just had a price upgrade and boom, this just ran into after hours, 14%. So 2026 upon us. We hope we'll get better predictions or better decisions. We make more money. And, Christmas is here in a few weeks, also in a few days. But of course, do not forget Wednesdays, I think it's a half day, and Boxing Day is also another half day. So, yeah, so I expect this week to have quite low volume. But until then, I think tomorrow, God bless everyone, and I'll see you